Welcome back to another episode of Grow on the Shower. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and like the video. I think we're like a week away from part 2 of Stranger Things. The trailer came out this past week for part 2 of it, and I'm super fucking hyped for it. Yeah, I have some questions. It seems like the last 2 episodes are going to be like 3.5 hours long, so I guess they'll have enough time to do some things, but I really just don't know how. We've talked about it before. I just don't know how everybody's going to meet up. Like at this point, it seems like almost impossible for them to all meet up. And in the trailer, they have this one point where like the doctor's like, if you leave 11, you won't be able to save your friends and all this stuff. And she's obviously leaving to go there or whatever. But Hopper and the mom.
You know, here's my problem with it though. The only issue, if I was them kids, so in all the seasons, they're all getting their asses, right?
Especially
until the person with superpowers comes along.
Yeah.
So why would you think you could defeat these people?
I don't know. That's why
without the person.
That's why I think I like this season a little bit more, because this first part, you know, they're dealing with all this stuff without 11. So everything that they're dealing with, you know, she hasn't even been a factor for. But you're right. Like, you can't beat them without 11. And then going back to what people are saying about, you know, someone dying, and, you know, there's been hints of a main character dying, especially from like the kids cast, and this theory is that it could be 11, but I just don't see that. You kill 11 now, what's the 5th season? Like, I feel like the whole story is 11 and the Mind Flayer. Like, there's something there. There, you know, maybe Will too. That's why I don't understand if they said if they killed Will. I could maybe understand it, but like, he had that connection with the Mind Flayer, so I feel like he would make it to the end as well. So I don't know. There's some things. I think the only people that could really die is like Mike. I think my money's on Mike or Jonathan.
Yeah. What's the dude with no teeth?
Dustin.
I want Dustin to die. Just because he's the nicest character,
Yeah.
and I want him to.
Well, if anything that I've seen
provide some angst.
And this is why I say this for the show. It's like, because I don't remember the guy's real name, but the guy who plays Steve, like Joe Keery or something like that. I can't remember.
No,
his name.
I think his actual name is Steve.
Okay, Sailor
That's why
Steve.
it made it easier for them to remember the lines.
But I was hearing something where like his character is actually supposed to die, in like season 1, season 2, or I think it's season 2, because like him and Nancy were no longer together and everything like that. So they were like going to kill off his character, and because he was such a beloved character is the reason why they kept him around and wrote more stuff into the story. They actually wrote the him and Dustin thing, like that whole bromance and everything. So I believe they're smart and not going to kill off a fan favorite character. They could and make it be like shocking or whatever, but I think they're going to kill off a character that's not as hype, and I think that's Mike, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like they won't kill Steve off just because they already had the thing of him getting like shanked up and
yeah, so if he was gonna die, he was gonna die there, you know.
Yeah, he already got out of it.
I do think Eddie could die though, because I know we kind of talked about it some like off podcast, but you know, all these murders have still happened in this town, and someone has to take the fall for those murders. So like, who else but him? So it kind of makes sense for him to die, and then for people to think he just got away.
I don't want him to die specifically because of the trailer where he's like playing the guitar.
Oh, it's gonna be such a sick scene.
That was the coolest part of the fucking trailer.
Yeah, I can't wait for that scene.
When it got to that, I was like, that is badass.
And like the way they did it, like you see everybody like,
and the music is amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like the way they've done everything this season, it's a standout season. I really hope they can end it well with the 5th season if it's truly the series finale. Stick to what they're doing this season, you know, like it's just so good, you know, and I'm really liking it. There's some parts I don't, obviously, like I've talked about before, the basketball team thing. I wasn't as invested in like the Will thing, but I'm kind of, after, you know, rewatching, because I was trying to rewatch all the seasons, and I watched the first season, started watching the second season. I realized how much I didn't really like the second season, so I just started watching the 4th season again to make sure I remembered everything going into the last 2 episodes.
I don't know. Maybe it all comes back around. That's what I'm hoping with the basketball team thing. Obviously, I think they're got to go back into it. But I'm just hoping it kind of comes back around. Especially since like that guy seen what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Like he saw it in the ocean and whatever. And I guess Eddie was there, so it doesn't help his case. You know, Eddie was in that boat, so he's like, Eddie was still doing something, but
yeah, he was saying like, oh, he was, you know, sold his soul to the devil for rock and roll or whatever.
But I don't know. I think after you know, you got the basketball team and um, you got a couple other stuff. Obviously, I think the Vecna character dies in some way, but it seemed like he was going to be in like the real world somehow. And I know me and you kind of talked about that, like, you know, maybe him coming back to the real world in some form of fashion, but like,
Maybe they'll bring him there, like bring him there on purpose. Like they'll go to sleep and like they'll hold on to him, and when they wake up,
Super Freddy Krueger.
he's still there.
I love that. By the way, Freddy vs. Jason is still an awesome movie. I watched it a couple months
Freddy
ago.
versus Jason is my favorite Freddy movie. Period.
It's an
I
awesome
loved
movie.
it. That part where the Kelly Rowland is in it,
Is
and
she?
when
Oh yeah,
she's
she is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's my favorite part in any movie where she's like,
Yep, she's
look at
like
that. Jason's
antagonizing it.
walking around with this big, huge knife, and you got these little bitty. And she's like, he's like behind you, and then Jason just stabs
Stabs
the
it. Yep.
fuck out
That
of
was
her or
a good
something.
that was a
Or
good one.
no, he hits her so hard with the knife she slings into a tree and dies
Yeah.
from pure fucking blunt force trauma. And that was like the coolest thing, especially because you was sticking up for him.
Yep.
Dude's an asshole.
I thought it was pretty cool. That
If you
movie's
had to if you had to fuck Jason or Freddy, who would you fuck? I would choose Jason. He's got the mask and he's all buff.
yeah, neither one, dude. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
Jason's probably a good fuck with the mask on.
No,
You don't
his
want to take that.
body's all nasty and like
Yeah, dude, but he can do it through the hole in his underwear. He's just holding on to solid rock.
thinking about it just is gross to me right now.
Freddy, you can't even touch his skin. It's probably feels like slugs or something. It's all
It's like
squishy.
spaghetti.
Ugh, I don't want to do that. It's like your ball skin. But anyways, yeah, I would fuck Jason. Either way, what were you saying?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Me and you both thought this was this series finale. Like that's kind of what it seemed like. But then they confirmed another season and everything. So
Yeah, I hope they end it soon though, because I don't want them to go on too long and make a really shitty season.
I'm really hoping this next season's last season. 5 seasons is enough.
Yeah, I think with every show, I think at every show, 5 or 6 seasons are the max that it should be.
Yeah.
When shows go 7, 8, 9 seasons, they're always terrible. Except for Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones was great. Yeah, up till the last. Like people shit on the last season, but it was really just the last few episodes.
It was the last half of the
Yeah, the
season.
last 3 or 4 episodes. It wasn't like the beginning was fire.
It was fucking cool.
It was like the beginning. That's why I still love that season. Like the beginning of that season. The only problem I have with the beginning of the season how dark the contrast fucking is. Like I'm trying to turn the brightness up on my TV.
Terrible. That was a fucking bad decision. Yeah. They're like, oh, we wanted to use natural light. I couldn't see shit.
Yeah, I'm literally like, is this me right now? Is this like?
I thought it was mine. All I could see on my TV was like blue. Because I had the brightness up so much, I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, it was wild. But I don't know, like that's actually something I should go back and rewatch is the last few seasons of Game of Thrones because I don't know if I could sit through all 8 seasons for like the 100th time because I've seen the season so much, but I'd watch the last few seasons again.
I don't think I could sit through Game of Thrones again, period. As much as I liked it, just because I know where it's going,
I think if you, now that you have the Audible and if you like re-listen to some of the books, I think you would.
Yeah, I need to. I got your Audible, so I need to utilize it.
I know you haven't listened to anything.
I haven't. I was going to, but then I ended up playing Zelda instead.
Nice.
So,
You can do both at the same time.
oh no, dude, I was into Zelda, bro. I was all hardcore in it. I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, and I don't know how I fell upon this.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew. That's what I meant to say. I've never played
it's
Animal
basically
Crossing.
it's basically Animal Crossing.
Same thing. I have Animal Crossing on my Switch because my daughter likes it. That's what confused me. But anyway, I'm playing a lot of Stardew Valley, and I don't know what got me into it. I was just like, let me download it, and then I didn't like it. It was on my phone, and then I seen it was free on Gamepass. I was downloading shit, and I was like, oh, I'll pull this up, and maybe Ariana will like to play it. And then I got into it, and I was like, oh, cool. And now that's all I've been doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of games on Game Pass that are coming out that seem really cool. That Steam sale that's happening right now. So I got a few games from that. But
yeah. I got caught up the other night. I got we got a Lego, one of those cool Lego things for Father's Day. It's the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, nice.
And I started doing it like on Monday night. I at 7. I started putting it together. and I completely lost track of everything around me, and I was up to like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
Dude,
I
the
sat
Infinity
there,
Gauntlet,
put it together.
like that one's like not so bad. But have you ever seen the Mario cube? It's
Mm-mm.
just like it's not even that big. It's just a cube, but it opens up and it has like every portion like opens up and does some shit. It takes fucking forever to do. I haven't done it. I've just seen people do it. That'd
Yeah.
be kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, they have like the Venom one, which looked cool, but I ended up getting the Infinity Gauntlet instead. And the hardest part was the beginning of it. This is why it took me so long. The beginning of it, I let Ariana help me. And the beginning is the entire base. So when I got to the second and third part, I realized all the shit wasn't fixed, like fitting properly because it was the base. So then I had to take it all apart,
There you go.
the
That's
base part,
funny.
and then put it back together. But it's done now. I'll show you later.
I'm excited for it. I want to see it.
Well, I'll show you. I'll show it to you. You want to see it right now?
You better be naked when you show it to me.
Yeah, I will, dude. I'll rest it on top of my hard dick. It'll be the Infinity Gauntlet like this.
Nice. That'd be great.
Check this out, Dalton. I just put it together.
That'd be pretty. It'd be more impressive if you could like, just hang it there, hands free. It's just attached.
Yeah, the problem is my dick's not long enough to reach all the fingers. So
Yeah, it's a common problem with me as well.
it'd be more like this. But it might hang on. I don't know. As long as he's got strong thumbs, I think it'd be good.
Yeah, speaking of games, I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect. The Legendary Edition was free on Game Pass as well, and I finally gave it a play because I used to love Mass Effect. And the first one's not as great. The Going back through the gameplay's a little clunky at times. Still a good story, it really is. Just slow at times, but the second one, man, so good. I find myself literally like, because you upgrade your equipment by going around to planets and like scanning the planets for materials and sending out probes. And I literally just get lost just traveling from planet to planet, just like scanning for materials. It's literally probably one of the only space games that I like. I'm not very into the whole spacey shit, but I
Yeah,
like
me
Mass
neither.
Effect.
I downloaded it again yesterday when we were talking. I re-downloaded the Legendary Edition because I tried to play it, dude. And I'd never played Mass Effect. I tried to play the first one. It sucked.
Yeah.
It just the
It's
story wasn't that compelling to me. The gameplay was terrible. Like the controls, I was like,
it's
these are
clunky.
terrible. I got on this I don't know what it was, like a car 4-wheeler or something.
Yeah, that one's the worst.
It was so I was like, this is
You
bullshit.
don't even use that one in the second game. You get different vehicles.
Yeah, it was just stupid, and it was. I got to this point where it was so repetitive in what I was doing. I was like, "Fuck this!" But everybody was like, "Oh, the second one's so good. You got to play the first one, though." I was like, "I don't know." But after talking to you, I'm gonna try to just go to the second one and
Yeah,
just
and
not play the first one.
like you can just you can watch a video on YouTube. They have a little thing that just does everything. You're not gonna miss out on much. Like the whole like selling point of the game in the beginning was the decisions you make in the first one was gonna decide what happens in the second and third one. That was the whole, you know, selling point behind the game. Like that was what made it so compelling, and ended up not being that way. So that was like one of the shittier things. And they could have done it. They could have, like, because your shit carries over. Like, when I started the second one, it was like download character from the first one, and like everything carried over. The looks of it, stats of certain things, uh, what I chose, my backstory, and everything, like all that carried over. So
Yeah, I'm sure it'll like make one up for you or something.
yeah. And then in Mass Effect Andromeda, I played it when it came out, and I remember the story being somewhat interesting in the beginning, and that's why I kept trying to play, but the game was so boring to me. Oh my god, I did not like Mass Effect Andromeda. And maybe I need to go back and play it after I beat these ones, and it'll be better. I don't know, but we'll
Yeah.
see. I still need to give Hitman 3 a try.
Yeah, I've fallen out of Hitman as well. I need to. I got into it heavy at one time, and then I told you about it, and then you started getting into it even more. Like you got way into it way more than I did.
Yeah. Well, it's just a really fun game. Like, You know, there's several different ways. Like if you're trying to do the story mode, there's several different ways you can go about it. If you're trying to do challenges, there's different shit you could do. I think it's a fun game. Like if you want to stream it and stuff, I think it'd be cool to like, you know, I didn't ever had the audience for it, but like, you know, have your chat choose, all right, you got to do this. And I even talked to you about ideas, like video ideas for like YouTube before, like,
Yeah, I think when you were doing it, remember I was like, use the fish, like
yeah.
because I think I went through most of the game just using fish. Like I was just like, I'm gonna kill everybody I can with this fucking fish.
And I get like I've seen people like Atrioc, for example, like, and I've seen he's amazing at the game. Like for a while he had the fastest speed run for all three. Um and it's cool to see these silent assassins never being caught, killing everyone in your way. But I like the mayhem. I like the fucking
Yeah.
kill this dude, 10 people see me, I gotta try and get away, and then I'm like slowly taking them out with one fish. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
fun
fun.
to me. Yeah, I like using the fish a lot. I think I used fish and screwdrivers. I like screwdrivers for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't know. I thought it was funny to be able to like just be in front of some dude and just and
I
throw a
really want
screwdriver
to get
through
the
their eye.
Oculus to try the VR Hitman.
Yeah,
It
I
seems
mean,
like that'd be fun.
I have the Oculus and I want to try it. I just haven't given it a chance yet.
It seems like that one would be really cool.
Yeah, I need to get back into it. I've been wanting to replay the Walking Dead game because that shit was so fucking fun.
The Walking Dead one.
The
Is it?
Oculus Walking
Oh,
Dead
oh, I didn't
game.
know they had one.
It's like the Oculus game. It's like if you get an Oculus, you got to buy The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Um, it is fun. It is really fucking fun. It's just a zombie VR experience, but it's just cool.
Okay.
You know, it's just cool. You get to like craft and I don't know. It's a game. It's a game, but it's VR, dude.
I
Just
mean,
like your
like
dare.
I've
It's like your
never.
dare. Imagine a regular game. Like imagine that real quick. Imagine a regular game.
Okay.
Now imagine zombies are in it.
All right.
Imagine that there's crafting mechanics.
Okay.
Now imagine it's VR.
Whoa.
That's the Walking Dead Oculus VR crafting game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. So you should play it.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. I'll give it a shot. I promise
Yeah,
you.
yeah. But that and also Half Life was really good. Half Life Alex. And
I
I've
never
never
played
played
that one.
Half Life
Yeah.
games. Well, it's only VR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's really cool. Pretty fun. There's a lot of mods for it that make it even cooler. You feel like you're fucking John Wick.
Well, I was just telling you, like, what, yesterday, day before, like, I had fun with that, you know, Ninja Turtle game. It was like old school, and I'm trying to find a game that I can get into. I think that's why I'm playing, you know, Mass Effect, but I, I still can't stop thinking about Harry Potter. Like, I just want to play the Harry Potter game. I'm really hoping it comes out this year. I
Okay.
doubt it will.
I thought at first you meant like I just can't stop thinking about Harry Potter, the character that fucking Daniel
Daniel
Radcliffe.
Radcliffe, man. I just like,
Just fucking the way he fit them jeans,
it's the
the way he
perfect,
held that
the
wand in his
perfect
hand.
casting.
Yeah, the way he held that wand. Um, no, I really want to play that the Harry Potter game as well. I'm excited for it. I just hope it lives up to expectation.
I think it can. I like I said before, I think the only ball drop is it not being at least two player co-op or something. Like, just seems like it'd be such a fun game to just play with somebody. And I'm sure there's reasons behind it, and I'm sure we'll start playing and we'll understand it or whatever. But
Yeah, I think the only thing to me that'll probably hurt the game if they do is just like if it just feels empty, like if
yeah,
the world feels empty, which
hmm
could definitely happen. Is I'm always scared when they build these cool worlds, like oh you're gonna experience all these parts of Harry Potter, and then the just nothing.
no, and that's what I'm worried about as well. It's like, cool, you're gonna make this big open world game, but is it gonna be big open and there's nothing in between, or like if I go to Hogsmeade and I'm going through the town, can I go into at least half the buildings? I hate it when you have these places and like it's just aesthetic. I can't even explore anything around the town. Let me go into the candy place. Let me go and
Yeah,
get a
especially that game.
butterbeer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I want to get drunk off butterbeer. Are butterbeers alcoholic?
I have no idea. I doubt it. But at the same time, I told you in one of the last videos, I'm still disappointed that afterwards you can't just like live your life. You can't graduate. You can't like go have a family. I want the
You
Sims
want
Harry
a,
Potter.
I want a 2000 year or a 2000 hour game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I want to just keep just going. Mike, I have kids. I get to play as my kids.
Yeah.
They go to school at Hogwarts. Eventually, I meet Harry Potter because I've been playing for 600
Yeah,
years.
exactly. That'd be kind of fun.
I don't know. It's it's cool because if it does well, then maybe they do like
He said doo doo.
yeah, maybe they do they could do in the game probably. That'd be cool if they included that magic do. No, maybe they put like do another game and it is like the to explore the rest of the actual
Well, it definitely
wizarding
seems like
world.
it'll be. I mean, they said like,
Like
you're just,
Fantastic Beasts.
like I'm really hoping what they're claiming that the game is what it is, but they're saying like the decisions you make are depending on like, good wizard, dark wizard, and what that means for everything. And I'm I'm gonna be trying to be a bad wizard all the way. I want to be able to use the killing curse and everything. So I'm a
Gonna be so dark.
yeah,
I've always identified with Voldemort.
like
His
sexually,
both, man. He's a sexy character. He's
physically.
sexually ambiguous. You don't really know what Voldemort is.
It's kind of true.
His ideas weren't that bad. Like, hey, listen, we got fucking magic. Those people don't. Why are we fucking with them?
But after watching these Fantastic Beast movies, was his thoughts very much different than, Grindelwald's? Like, I don't know how much different they are. It's like maybe he's a little bit more extreme about it.
No, I mean, I think that's the point. Grindelwald was like the original.
Yeah.
I mean, Grindelwald, like even Voldemort went and seen Grindelwald. Remember? He was like locked in the prisoner of Azkaban. He was going, or he was a prisoner of Azkaban, should I say? And then he was like all crazy, and he's like, "Where's the Elder One?" And he's
Yeah.
like, eh.
Yeah.
He sounded like that.
It was stolen.
Yeah, it was stolen. Dude, what is he Irish? Like, what's his
I don't know.
accent? He's in London. It was stolen.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
how he
close.
sounded. It was stolen. Do like that. They do like a New York accent, like all kind of shit.
Yeah. New York.
Do a
Hello.
New York accent.
Hey, I'm from Boston. Oh, that's not New York. That's
Boston. New York is like, hey, what are you talking about?
that was,
What are you talking about?
yeah, I like that. I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I just went up to New York. All the motherfuckers sounded like that, dude.
With the bagel and a single slice of pizza.
Yeah, they got a bagel. They're fucking Hasidic. They're like, what are we doing up here?
Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you tuning in. What do you think about the new Harry Potter game? How do you feel about the end of Stranger Things?
But if you didn't like or subscribe, then you're a bitch.
So hit that subscribe button.
Hit it.